I mean, I think, to start the game, pretty much the whole game, but to start the game, we weren't making shots. And, on our home floor, you, we got to bring energy into the game. Our crowd is out here showing up, and the situation that we're in, I just thought, our urgency wasn't where it needed to be. You come out with opportunity to, get some momentum going into another home game with another opportunity to win against a team that we, just played a few games ago and blew them away. Played a great game, and then, the ball's not going in, so we don't lock in and stay sharp on the defensive end, and we just allowed them to pretty much do what they wanted, and they started feeling good about themselves. And I mean, you got a guy like Chris Paul who's he's been around. He knows how to make a team go. He knows how to get guys to believe, and you could just see it. Once they had like a good start to the game, we were missing. Our energy was low. They started playing with more belief and more conviction. So we put ourselves in that position by how we came out, and it's just frustrating to do that when we're in the situation that we're in. I feel like no team should be more urgent than us. No team should be more locked in and sharp than us. So I think for us that's the most frustrating part.
How do you get back to feeling good about yourselves? What kind of goes into that process?
I think it's just being able to, take what our coaches do. They spend a lot of time on, scouting reports and schemes and stuff that we want to do. And it's our job to go out there and execute that, and do it for longer periods of time. I think we kind of just play well in stretches. And, we don't have the luxury of playing well in stretches. We're a team that if the ball's not going in, we got to be getting to the 50-50 balls. We can't, keep letting teams get second and third opportunities. We foul every 30 seconds. I mean, it's just like we are doing a lot of things as a team to, put ourselves at a disadvantage, and we just making the game harder, than it has to be in a lot of situations. And we're not doing it on purpose. I think we competing hard, we trying hard. But when it comes to urgency and focus and energy, we're a team that has to have that every minute of every game if we want to have a real chance. And when it's up and down, your season is up and down, and I think that's what we up against.
That tone, is that something you can set with your play? Is that something you try to say to guys? Like, how do you as a leader sort of go about finding that?
I mean, it's tough. I think we got a lot of guys who, start the season weren't getting a lot of minutes, and you have a couple injuries, and now you're getting a lot of minutes, and some guys were in the rotation, now they're not in the rotation. Now some other guys are in the rotation playing 4 different positions. So we're in a tough position, but we professional, so we should be able to take what, the hand that we've been dealt and figure it out and make it work. But I do think, myself, CJ, all Bays, Melo, all the guys who have been around, it does start with us. I think we could be better about that, especially because we start games out. But it's a collective thing. It has to be, something that we sustain over 4 quarters. You don't have that, and you don't give yourself, a great chance to win a lot of ball games, and I think that's what we're up against right now.
How much was Rodney's injury on your guys' mind tonight, and do you think that impacted the performance at all?
I mean, I thought about it before the game when we was watching film, and he was on a couple of the clips. But once we went out there, I was just like, that's Rodney is my boy. But I know he wasn't coming out there to warm up and play the game with us. So that wasn't really. I think it impacted us on the floor, but I don't think mentally guys are out there like, oh, we don't have Rodney. It's kind of like like I said, it's what we've been dealt, and that's no excuse to things to go the way they go.
You guys had sort of a good stretch towards the end of the first half and in the third quarter. What conversations did you maybe have at halftime to start at least the second half of the game?
I mean, at halftime we just talked about the way we started the game and how it wasn't good enough, and then we talked about how when we play with more energy and more toughness and played defense and came up with the ball and made, the extra passes and the right plays, we got ourselves right back into the game. So it's kind of like this is what happens when you don't do what you're supposed to do, and you see how fast you get back into the game and what it looks like when you do. And we just wanted to come out in the third quarter and continue what we had, finished the second quarter with, but it just didn't go that way. That's, like I said earlier, when you give a team that type of confidence and belief that they can do certain things against you, and they see the ball go in and they feel good about themselves, then it's not really up to you at that point. You can come out with more effort and all that stuff, but if a guy has 4 made field goals or a team is comfortably playing against you for 2 quarters, it's an uphill battle. So, we were in a tough position.
Damn, it just doesn't seem like travel. What we talked about last year and the way you guys just always came out and brought, especially at home. We're just not seeing it.
We're just having a hard time. I really don't have a explanation where I could tell you a list of things. I think it's things that I feel and that I see that we aren't doing well enough, like I just mentioned to y'all. But we're not the same team. That's the most simple way I can put it to you right now is like we're not that same team, and we haven't figured it out. So we're a work in progress, obviously.